questions. Question oral, the leader of the official opposition.
I love how hyped they get.
With all the guests here, let's hope we get some answers in question period.
Woohoo!
Fraud, Mr. Speaker. Fraud on the government. That's the charge the RCMP considered laying against the Prime Minister for taking an exotic holiday as a free gift in 2016. Recent documents show the RCMP knew he committed the illegal act, but they also knew there was a loophole that he could have used. As silly as it might sound, the Prime Minister could have written himself a note, given himself permission to take the holiday. So my question is this: did the Prime Minister give himself permission to take that free holiday in 2016?
That's literally what he did.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
No, Mr. Speaker. This matter was settled years ago when the Ethics Commissioner released the report. While the Conservatives continue to focus on petty politics and on me,
I got away with it back then, so let me get away with it now.
on investing in housing across the country, in $10 a day childcare for families, in continuing to lead on world-class investments in fighting climate change. That is what Canadians expect of us. That is what we continue to do.
Right. Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Well, Mr. Speaker, there is no statute of limitations on fraud charges, and the Prime Minister is not above the law.
Right.
The criminal code is clear. The only way the Prime Minister is not guilty of fraud is if the Prime Minister gave himself consent to break the law. That is in the criminal code.
Yep.
This is a clear and a straightforward question. I would like a yes or a no answer. Did the Prime Minister give himself permission to get away with committing a criminal fraud offence?
I bet you he's not going to answer the question, and he's going to circle around and throw it back at the Conservatives.
Mr. Speaker, the RCMP looked into this matter and no political interference was around it. They came to their own conclusion. There was nothing to pursue. Further, those findings were independently verified by two separate third parties. Despite what the Conservative Party appears to be attempting, politicians do not interfere with the operations of the police in this country.
Well, they're not supposed to.
Reviewed and closed.
But Trudeau does.
All right. We're going to try to keep so we can hear. We do have people in the galleries today that are watching this as well. So, the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, new documents revealed that the RCMP knew that the Prime Minister took the holiday, that it was illegal, that he did it. The RCMP knew it. There was no question of that. The only question the RCMP had, according to their own documents, was whether he gave himself permission to do that. The Prime Minister just said he didn't. Is he willing to meet with the RCMP now, give them that information, and they can proceed as they see fit? Yes or no?
Ooh.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
The RCMP addressed the matters raised by the Conservatives years ago. The members opposite know very well this is the case, but the Conservative Party seems to have difficulty understanding that in a strong democratic country, neither opposition politicians nor government can tell the police what to investigate, what not to investigate.
Well, that's supposed to be how it
their
goes.
Job. Why doesn't the Conservative Party?
But Trudeau's
believe the
pretty
RCMP?
corrupt.
The Honourable Member for Mégantic-l'Érable. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's double talk is ridiculous. The RCMP thought about laying criminal charges, but it didn't do it because the federal leader decided that he had the right to give himself a gift of $200,000.
Yeah.
He said it just a few minutes ago. He said that this dates back, and he himself has never hesitated to denounce things that have happened far before that. Doesn't he know that it's never too late to report a crime? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, this issue was settled a number of years ago, but obviously we recognize the independence and the important work done by the RCMP in this country, and the Conservatives don't understand that in their desire to launch personal attacks. They need to understand that the work was done at all levels, and this is an issue that has been closed. The Honourable Member for Mégantic-l'Érable. Okay, if I understand then, the Prime Minister will never come back to stories that happened a number of years ago, because That's what he's trying to tell us, and yet the Prime Minister himself recognized a few minutes ago that he did not give himself permission to receive a gift of over $200,000 for a private vacation for himself and his family. Mr. Speaker, the RCMP considered laying fraud charges against the Prime Minister, but it didn't do that for that very reason. Mr. Speaker, why
These are great facts.
does the Prime Minister not recognize his error and meet with the RCMP to explain himself? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, the RCMP studied that matter a number of years ago, and the Conservative Party is
just going in
simply
circles,
seeking to talk about this issue, to distract from the fact that we have presented a budget that delivers housing for Canadians and that delivers $10 a day daycare across the country, and that is protecting.
That's actually not a thing, $10 a day daycare.
And all the Conservatives are trying to do is to play petty politics, make partisan attacks, and try and distract Canadians from the fact that their party has no answer for the issues that are concerning Canadians.
Sorry? I thought I was going to make it through this, but I'm not. It hurts.
Emotional damage.